I think for us, it's so different because we're light skinned. You're not treated as a black woman. You're not treated as a
Right.
white woman. You sort of fit in between. I mean, if there's any time in my life that it's been more focused on my race, it's only once I started dating my husband. Then I started to
Obviously.
understand what it was like to be treated like a black woman, because up until then I had been treated like a mixed woman, and things really shifted.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today, actually now, because it's the same day as it was when I posted the last video. But I was just reading on one of my favorite sites, because if I see it here, it actually happened. It's People Magazine. And I was reading this article about Meghan Markle. So the title of the article says, Meghan Markle tells Mariah Carey she was not treated as a black woman until she started dating Prince Harry. So naturally, I was intrigued. I was intrigued by this title because I was like, what are you talking about? She wasn't treated as a black woman until she started dating Prince Harry. So I started to read the article, okay, in which she says, so apparently she has a podcast. And on the second episode of this podcast, it's called Archetypes Tuesday, I think it's called. So I guess she has it on a Tuesday. She had Mariah Carey as her guest, and they were talking about the duality of diva was the title of the conversation. And they basically spoke about their interpretations of negative connotations of the word diva, and also, of course, being biracial, because Mariah Carey, her mother was white and her father was black. And, you know, Meghan Markle herself is biracial. Her father's white and her mother is black. You know, both women, in my mind, if I were to look at them today, you know, just as they are, the first thing that wouldn't occur to me is that they are black. It just, like, I wouldn't look at them. Well, first of all, I don't look at anybody and be like, oh, you're black. Oh, you're Latino. Oh, you're Asian. Like, I don't really do that unless, and, you know, save my soul for saying this, unless, like, I see, okay, I'm just being real with you guys right now. I know a lot of people don't like to be real, but I'll be real. So, like, I'll be driving down the road and I see, like, a bad driver. And because I live in Texas and there's a lot of Indians here, dot, not feather. I had to clarify. Don't come after me for that, okay? Dot, not feather. But there's a lot of Indians here and there's a lot of Asian people here, right? So whenever I see, like, a really bad driver, the first thing out of my mouth is, oh, they're probably Indian or Asian, because it's a fact. And I know that you hate this, that Asian drivers, y'all drive crazy. Okay. Y'all drive crazy. And in Texas, at least, Indian women don't learn how to drive until, like, for the most part, I can't say all because I don't know, but for the most part, they don't know how to drive until much later. And so oftentimes you see them, like, driving around and they're, like, you know, plastered to the steering wheel, and their husbands are, like, in the, you know, passenger seat giving them the lesson, and they just look terrified. At any rate, they turn out to be bad drivers. But you know what? I digress. We're not here to talk about that. We're just here to kind of talk about stereotypes when it comes to races. And when I look at these two women, and I'll put up the picture that I'm looking at, I honestly, if I didn't know who these women were and I just saw them in a crowd of people, I wouldn't be like, oh, they're black, right? I wouldn't think that. But they both said that when they were growing up, well, no, Mariah Carey said when she was growing up that she had a really hard time because she didn't fit in with other girls. And she felt like, you know, she was always forced to kind of choose between the black side of her racial makeup and the white side. And she struggled with that because she was like, well, why do I need to choose? And I agree. Why do you need to choose? Now, I'm not going to say this as a blanketed statement, but because it could very well be something that happens. I don't know. It's not something that I've ever witnessed. But I don't hear, like, if somebody is mixed with white and black, or any race for that matter, that somebody says, you have to choose between being, you know, choose the white side. We need you to claim the white side. Forget the black side. However, I noticed when Meghan Markle started talking about how she wasn't treated as a black woman until she married or started dating Prince Harry, especially when she married him, that it was made this huge deal that she was a black woman, that there was going to be like a black woman in the royal family and this, that, and the other. So I had no idea until that happened that she was actually black. So in my opinion, if she feels like she was treated differently, it was because, I think the black community brought more attention to the fact that she was black. And then they made it this big thing that we didn't want her to marry Prince Harry because she was black. Or not we, but, people didn't want her to marry. There was all this stuff going on, right? Anyways, I just kind of got annoyed reading this because I was like, okay, you're playing the woe is me. Like, really? You're sitting up, in the lap of luxury. You're married to a prince. Your life is pretty dang good. I mean, granted, you're like getting chased by paparazzi all the time, but come on. Do I really have to sit here and feel sorry for you because you're this poor little biracial black and white girl? No, I don't need to. So I just thought that this was kind of funny. And also, can we just stop doing this? Can we stop like talking about this all the time? I don't mean to sound insensitive, but who cares? Who cares? Just be a good person. Just don't be a rotten human being and I'll be fine with you. I don't even care if you're a bad driver. I don't care what race you are. I don't even care what you choose to identify as. Just be a good person. That's all I got to say. This was a real short one today. I wanted to put that out there. If you guys have any thoughts on this, if you're biracial and you want to like chime in on this, feel free. I guess I could consider myself biracial. My dad is Puerto Rican and my dad's, family looks very mixed. Some of them look very like Afro-American because of the mixture in Puerto Rico. And the other side of my family is from South America. So I guess that's considered biracial, or are you only biracial if you're mixed with white? I don't know. Drop a comment below and educate your girl. Otherwise, I'll be back soon with another video on something. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.